Hi everybody, Raging back with another Mechabellum video. In today's video, I am going to be playing Standard, which is abnormal for me since I am an aggro player. I've been practicing Standard a lot more though. So this is going to be a Standard game where my sledgehammers get really strong, which I love. I love when sledgehammers get going. So actually, I'm on the wrong side. I am a saber-tooth specialist. I started with sledgehammers and fangs. And my opponent is a rhino specialist who started with marksman, sledgehammers, and crawlers. Since I'm a saber-tooth specialist, I'm just going to leave little pockets. And I'm opting to play forward a little bit more than maybe how you would usually see the standard position. I like the opportunity to be able to transition into aggro if I need it. These round one with the sledgehammers are so slow, so we'll just speed it up here. And he should pretty much just beat me because he's got the marksman. Yep. So Codsworth takes round one. We're offered units on round two. Codsworth takes the Typhoon. And I'm also kind of eyeing the Typhoon. But then I'm also thinking, I have armor on my sledgehammer, so if he takes Typhoon, I can kind of do that. I have my free saber-tooth already. And I'm just going for a numbers game, right? So I pick up the arc lights because I want more bodies. My opponent, he did take the Typhoon. He also has picked up some crawlers in the corners and mass recruited some fangs. So I'm gonna try and figure out where to put the saber-tooth. It's a little awkward, actually, the saber-tooth. It's not obvious where I should be putting him, but I know I should be popping tanks with him. I actually just sell them. Because I'm like, alright, well, I guess I'll just get more sledgehammers. So now I have 4 packs of sledgehammers. I didn't want to deal with the saber-tooth. And I've got 50 supplies left. I'm just going to hold on to them. So now that I have superior sledgehammer, I might win this round. I didn't get any more chaff like he did. And I have all the chaff clear with the tanks and the arc lights. So I'm believing in the sledgehammers. We'll speed this one up too. Yep. That's a lot of sledgehammers. So we actually still lose this side. Decent tower timing to be able to keep getting damage on these guys. This is a really close round, actually. But the tower timing on these, yep. It's actually going to be a round for us. Awesome. And they leveled. Okay, so I see improved firepower control, but I actually go improved Overlord, and I've seen people do this with the improved Overlord, where it gets like a crazy splash and doesn't actually lose the damage. So improved Overlord gets an attack increase of 30%, HP of 30%, and a splash range of 5. So when you hit HE ammo on the improved Overlord, you actually don't lose any attack, and you get increased splash range. So it's kind of crazy. I've seen some people play it against me. So I take it like pretty much just for that reason. That's my plan right now. My plan is to go improved Overlord kind of hard. Get more sledgehammers and crawlers and more crawlers. So I'm just sort of setting up my flank defenses and late arriving chaff. And my opponent gets another Typhoon. Now he has 3 Typhoons. He's put the improved firepower on this Typhoon up here. And that's his turn. So he's going heavy into these dudes. Which I would be a little worried about if I was him, just because I do have armor enhancement and I do have a shitload of tanks. Like, they really don't get through these guys very quickly. I guess they do clear chaff for the marksman to shoot them pretty well. Okay, sledgehammers are getting levels. This is what we want. And these level 2 guys now are taking down the Typhoons pretty easily. And they will get these marksmen as well. We kill this Typhoon? Nope. Okay. Similar to last round, but I think he's going to take this because of the tower timing is kind of weird. And he's got this level 2 guy. Yep, he's just picking them off. So, round 3 goes to my opponent. And now he has his Rhino. Some pretty good choices. There's the barrier, but I have improved Overlord, so it's a little awkward for me to take barrier since I can't stick it on the improved Overlord. So I'll probably just go with this. Yep. Like, there's no other giant I'm gonna get if I have this improved Overlord card. Oh, I actually get it, too. So, round 4, I've got the improved Overlord here. Against marksmen, too, so... It does work pretty well, even when they have, like, the anti-air and all that stuff. Like, if you go heavy, you have to go a lot. And you have to max tech these 3 techs. Range, overload, and high explosive. That's, like, the carry techs right now. So, it looks like my opponent is going to use the Rhino to try and take my tower here with a wide mobile beacon. He's also electro my tanks. I've electroed these units. I've leveled this sledgehammer. I got the improved Overlord. And I grabbed some more crawlers, maybe? Also, I'm choosing not to tech anything here since I saw the electromag. And he actually does the same. This Rhino was stuck on this chaff for a really long time and is actually going to die. Improved Overlord. Look at that. Its splash is already at 12. If I hit high explosive, it will be 19, which is just nuts. And this should carry the round here. Good tower timing. That we can kill the marksman. Kill everything, basically, in one shot. Okay. Interesting. Another improved War Factory card. And another mobile beacon. But I don't think I need any of these things. And he skipped as well. Okay, all my tanks have leveled to level 2 except the center dudes. And so Look at Codsworth. He bought 3 marksmen for this side here with range because he sees the Overlord. I guess he knows, right? He sees these techs and he's like immediately nervous, so he just like buys a million of these. The problem with getting 3 marksmen on this turn is he hasn't deployed any more chaff. He hasn't deployed any more units that can easily kill my sledgehammers. I'm gonna get another Overlord, and these Overlords cost 500 a pop since they're improved. So definitely not cheap for me. And I would really like to level these sledgehammers. These sledgehammers have carried like the whole game for me so far. Well, this guy did do a lot last turn, but it's all because of the sledgehammers. And so he's going to try this again. And this time he has armor enhancement. But also I have an Overlord, so that won't work. I give the sledgehammers armor enhancement because I'm seeing that the Typhoons will pretty much be useless at this point against them. And so I don't level these dudes unless I borrow. Nope, okay. Opting not to level them up this turn. I'll do it next turn. And this won't work, obviously, because the big dude. But he does have quite a few marksmen now with range. So let's see how that goes. That guy will die. Sledgehammer's not dying. Tanking for super long, actually. Looks like they will get the Overlord dead with all the marksmen from this turn. But these tanks are beasts. Like, they're still not dead. And that's because of the armor. So I see that my opponent here has committed extremely heavily. Another improved War Factory card. That's 3 turns in a row that we were offered this, which is kind of nuts. I will grab the tank production, obviously, since I have the tanks with tech now. And I'm looking at his board, and I'm like, okay, so he's going to hit anti-air, right? Like on the marksman, because he clearly doesn't want this to happen. And I've already teched the Overlords, so he's like nervous. So I'm going to pivot here. I'm going to bet that he goes even heavier into the marksman, and instead I'm gonna play the sledgehammer game. Okay, so he sold his Rhino. I took all the levels on these dudes, and I have the tank production on this Overlord over here. I also go Mech Rage, so now they're gonna shoot a lot faster. They're gonna shoot every 3 seconds instead of every 4.5 seconds. And over time, I've been selling off my arc lights. The reason for that is because of the HE ammo on the Overlord, which might be a problem for me now that he has the aerial specialization. Luckily, I take Mech Rage, so they can clear chaff. Also, my opponent opting to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 marksmen so far. Also, he just mass recruited 3 more marksmen and didn't get any more chaff again. So I really don't have to worry about the chaff clear too much, since he's just getting marksmen, which is perfect timing for me to go heavy into sledgehammers and stop going into the Overlords. I just completely stopped going into the Overlords. Like, okay, well, let's see you deal with these sledgehammers then. If you want to counter my boats, what's your plan for these dudes? Also, Overlord's not dead yet. And these level 3 guys are really pumping out damage now. Overlord's still not dead. Tanks just destroying everything. Yep. So going heavy into sledgehammers was the right play here. There's so many good options here for me to go. Okay, so Codsworth goes with the Fire Badgers. It's a good idea in theory since I have... Look at all this chaff. But if the Fire Badger, which does 110 damage, gets stuck on my level 3 sledgehammers, or even my level 2 sledgehammers, they'll literally do 0 damage, and they won't stop shooting the sledgehammers until they're dead. So that will give me... It will give my crawlers time to continue pushing through. So I guess I like the Fire Badger idea, but it also got range, which will actually make them lock onto the sledgehammer sooner. I think Fire Badgers without range would be better for him, since you don't want them to get stuck on the sledgehammers, right? You just want them, every time crawlers come close, you want them to burn the crawlers. So range is not... I could be wrong, but I don't think range is the right play. I actually go with the sandworms because they're just like a giant body that will be ahead of my tanks now. Like, they're gonna pop up right around here. This guy will pop up like... I guess he might get distracted by the sandworm, by the crawlers a little bit, but he'll pop up like around here. Everything will be shooting him, and my tanks should just bulldoze through the rest of the his units. This one's level 4 now, too. I got armor on the sandworms for the same reason I have armor on the sledgehammers, but also armor on the sandworms gives them 50% more health, so they're just sitting at 73k health, which is like kind of nuts. My opponent takes a couple shields for the electromag impact, and I actually figured he'd probably do 2 shields here, either that or protect the typhoons. So I placed it here, not with the intention of getting these units necessarily. I placed it here with the intention of hitting 2 shields at the same time. Because obviously this electromag impact, I could like hit all these guys, or even I could hit like, you know, all these guys or whatever, but I know there's going to be shields, so I position it this way, thinking I'll hit 2 shields. And he's just going to, like, hit this one sledgehammer. It should miss the sandworm since he'll be underground, and it will hit the Overlord, I guess. It's like he's still worried about the Overlord. Oh, maybe not. Now he's worried about the tank, so he gets Scorpion with range, but this Scorpion does 13,000 damage. And these sledgehammers have 18,000 health. So they will not one-shot. I have 650 more. Okay, I get more crawlers. I have speed, which makes the sledgehammers go up 14. I still have 400 supply, and I go into attack enhancement 2. So now my sledgehammers are doing 3,300 damage per shot, which is significant in a pack of 5. So the shields are really low here now. And this dude's just gonna tank for such a long time. Look. Fire Badgers are stuck on him, Typhoons are stuck on him, Marksmen were stuck on him, and all the while, everything else is just flying down the board. Also, he has all these marksmen with anti-air, and these Overlords are still alive. So I probably could have just gone and done the Overlord thing anyway, and it would have been fine, but these sledgehammers are so fun. Look at these guys. How do you stop them when they get like this? What do you need, like a War Factory? I mean, improved War Factory was offered like 3 times. It's pretty good for my opponent, I think. Probably should have taken it. Super heavy armor. Looks good on a sandworm. Unfortunately, he didn't level. Actually thought about like mass recruit or elite recruiting a level 2 sandworm here, but I don't think I did in the end. So now this sledgehammer here is level 5, has 26k health. Also an idea, so I did take the super heavy. I could stick it on a sledgehammer. That would be kind of nuts. This sledgehammer, each one would have so much health. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even consider that, but probably is better than even on a sandworm. Well, I say that, but sandworm has 153,000 health. Plus 150% health? These sledgehammers would have like, what the hell? They'd have like 60,000 something health in a pack of 5? Yeah, it probably is better on the sledgehammer. Sorry, I've been thinking about that a lot. I got 2 more sandworms this round. I sold these fangs because I wanted more money for something. My opponent took acid on the scorpions. He also got another scorpion. 2 more scorpions, rather. He hasn't really gotten a lot of chaff. He did just put some fangs here this turn. And he's also opting to oil me to slow the sledgehammer progression, I guess. But I don't think that this is going to stop them. They're going to like just blow over the oil anyway. So I'm leveling what few crawlers I have in the back to level 2. And I missile out the fangs that he just placed. Which is a pretty good guess, I guess. I was actually really just trying to hit the crawlers, but... Last round here. Haven't been able to utilize the scorpion as much lately, so this is pretty cool to play the scorpion. It actually did pretty well here, too. It did exactly what I needed it to do. Just blocked everything. And look, these sledgehammers just aren't dying. This side got pretty smoked. I will concede that. This side definitely fell super hard, but these level 5 sledgehammers are a force. They're hardly even damaged. Look how fast they take down these scorpions. And I've only got 2 techs on them. I don't even have range or anything else. Electromag probably would have been strong. All the marksmen die. Worm is still alive somewhere. He's burrowing here. And that's enough to end the game. Luckily, this guy lived with a pixel of health. Actually helped end the game there. So, this is like my first standard game in super long. Or at least one of my standard games here that have gone pretty well. I've been practicing a little more. I think I really like sledgehammers. I have seen people playing sledge. This dude had 400,000 health. Or damage on the game. And 162,000 on the last round. That's crazy. This is my second highest damage, the Overlord. Which he hard countered, but also it didn't do anything. Like, the Overlord lived, like, almost every single turn after these sledgehammers started going. I do have the classic combo of sledgehammers and Overlords. With the addition of the sandworm. This sandworm has 153k health. Like, at level 1, how is this okay? Wait. Seriously, how is that okay? That's too much health, right? I don't know. I think it's too much health. How are you supposed to kill these damn things? All in all, this was a pretty good game for me. Since I'm usually not very good at standard, this was a pretty fun one. And I got to like activate one of my favorite units. I love when sledgehammers get really strong. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks very much for watching. I appreciate all the likes and subs and comments that have been coming in. You guys are killing it. Seriously, it's actually so amazing. Until next time, I'm Ragin. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.